This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. The Antichrist by Friedrich Wilhelm Nietzsche. Translated from the German with an introduction by H. L. Mencken. Copyright 1918 by Alfred A. Knopf, Incorporated. Introduction by H. L. Mencken. Save for his raucous, rhapsodical autobiography, Ecce Homo, the Antichrist is the last thing that Nietzsche ever wrote, and so it may be accepted as a statement of some of his most salient ideas in their final form. Notes for it had been accumulating for years, and it was to have constituted the first volume of his long-projected magnum opus, The Will to Power. His full plan for this work, as originally drawn up, was as follows. Volume 1, The Antichrist, an attempt at a criticism of Christianity. Volume 2, The Free Spirit, a criticism of philosophy as a nihilistic movement. Volume 3, The Immoralist, a criticism of morality, the most fatal form of ignorance. Volume 4, Dionysus, the philosophy of eternal recurrence. The first sketches for The Will to Power were made in 1884, soon after the publication of the first 3 parts of Thus Spake Zarathustra, and thereafter, for 4 years, Nietzsche piled up notes. They were written at all the places he visited on his endless travels in search of health: at Nice, at Venice, at Sils Maria in the Engadine, for long his favorite resort, at Cannobio, at Zurich, at Genoa, at Chur, at Leipzig. Several times his work was interrupted by other books, first by Beyond Good and Evil, then by The Genealogy of Morals, written in 20 days, then by his Wagner pamphlets. Almost as often he changed his plan. Once he decided to expand The Will to Power to 10 volumes, with An Attempt at a New Interpretation of the World as a general subtitle. Again he adopted the subtitle of An Interpretation of All That Happens. Finally, he hit upon An Attempt at Transvaluation of All Values, and went back to 4 volumes, though with a number of changes in their arrangement. In September 1888 he began actual work upon the first volume, and before the end of the month it was completed. The summer had been one of almost hysterical creative activity. Since the middle of June he had written 2 other small books, The Case of Wagner and The Twilight of the Idols, and before the end of the year he was destined to write Ecce Homo. Some time during December his health began to fail rapidly, and soon after the new year he was helpless.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?